Hello, everyone. This is Amy. Today we're going to talk about accommodations. The first type of accommodation we're going to speak about is hotel. Obvious choice, right? So hotels can range you from $54 anywhere to whatever you're willing to pay. And at the $50 range, you're looking at probably a businessman's hotel. So something that's very bare bones, small rooms. Um, your attendants might not speak English, but usually people will go out of their way to help you find something. And when you go up in price, maybe around the $150 range, you can get something much bigger, much nicer, and I don't know. It depends on what you like for hotels and what your price range is. In Japan, you're not going to get a disgustingly dirty hotel. I just haven't found it yet. The standards are just much different than, let's say, here in America or in Europe, for that matter. Um, so when I look, I usually try to book for something the early 100 price range because you can find something that catches your eye and looks beautiful to your eye to stay at. Um, when you get up there in prices, you might be able to get a hotel with a swimming pool. It can be a very luxurious hotel or a resort. For me, what I look at when I'm trying to look for accommodations is location. So for me, that's most important. And considering you might want to be walking everywhere because you don't have a car, and sometimes transportation is limited by budget also. So I try to find hotels or accommodations that are near the areas I want to be so I don't have to get lost on a train or a subway or a bus. I could just get lost in my neighborhood and enjoy it. Another thing to think about when you're thinking about booking accommodations in Japan is whether you want something Western or traditional Japanese. So for Western, of course, the hotel. There's pensions in Japan. A place that I know for sure has them is Karuizawa, and that's kind of in a more northern part of Japan, and it's a good place to go in the summer because it's cooler. And a pension is kind of like a guest house. So I think the closest thing in America we compare it to is a bed and breakfast. So it's more of that homey feel where it's like a small kind of hotel that's you know has more family feel to it. Um, they can be expensive. They can be decently priced. Uh, you really have to look. Another accommodation, if you want to go Japanese, is Ryokan, which are Japanese guest houses, and they can range all over the board, just like a hotel. Usually nice. A lot of them are connected to an onsen, which is a hot spring, which for me I love. And if you want to relax after a day of walking around a town, I definitely recommend staying at a Ryokan with the onsen. They typically are tatami room floors. You'll sleep on a futon. Some of them have shared public bathrooms. Some of them have private ones. If you spend more money, you can get at the hot spring bath in your room. A lot of the times, you can order really nice kaiseki meals. And kaiseki is the traditional Japanese multi-course in-season meal, which is super duper nice. And if you're in a place like Takayama, where there's uh, world renowned beef, that's the way to go. And another accommodation that you might not think about is temple lodgings called shokubo. And if you have any inkling to visit temples or interested in Shintoism or Buddhism, I think this is just the way to go. What you do is you're staying at a temple with monks, and a known place for that is Kyosan, um, and you stay with the monks, and it kind of has like ryokan feel to it, the tatami floors, futons, that sort of thing. Um, and it's usually run by the monk and his family, so like his wife and kids, that sort of thing. And you are usually served breakfast and dinner, and it's a special Buddhist monk fare that's vegetarian. It's supposed to be pretty darn delicious. So I would highly recommend that just for the experience alone. I mean, how often do you get to stay at a temple and to be part of something like that? You might want to stay at a capsule hotel. To me, a capsule hotel is mainly for the experience of trying it out because it's such a radical idea. The price is usually decent. A lot of businessmen use them because they just need a quick, you know, nap before going back to work the next day. Everything is shared, and you just have your sleeping space essentially. Um, another option is a hostel. Hostels are usually really greatly priced. Um, I've seen one as low as $17 a night. I don't know the quality of that one, but um, cheap. Everything is, shared and communal for like bathing, that sort of thing. Um, they do tend to be out of the way, and there is not that many. So if you are willing to, go out of your way a little bit, then that's the thing to do. I heard there is a pretty interesting hostel on the outskirts of Lake Biwa, which is near Kyoto, that they say the roof was from an old temple. So this temple is said to have human handprints in it from doing sacrifices. If you're into the macabre, that would be for you. For other people, maybe not so much, but then this is your trip and your choice, and you do what interests you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. Bye.